Long Island. This is your co-host, Keith B. Robinson, and I'm joined by...
Marcia McNair.
And Stephen Acevedo.
Guys, we made it. We finally completed, we got our show out there, and we finally completed 5 shows. No, but we finally completed shows. We
finished off the first season.
We made it to the season finale.
This is the season finale, the holiday special, no less. But we have plenty of shows next year. Some hard-hitting topics.
Hot topics.
Cafe Long Island style. So, but I want to take this time to reflect and just thank you guys for coming on board and being a part of this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no problem.
This show wouldn't be successful, or wouldn't even have gotten out there if it hadn't been for you guys. So, and I want to give a shout out to all of the other crew who worked on the show. My man Gil Rodriguez for doing the camera for us. My man O'Neal Vargas that filled in a couple of times for us. Can't forget Aziza White, who started out as our arts and entertainment reporter, but due to school obligations, she had to actually leave the show. And Tasha Ewart, our other co-host, who is not here with us today, but here with us in spirit and will be on a full slate of shows hopefully next year.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. But keeping it in perspective, while we do give thanks and we good cheer and holiday time upon us in the spirit, well, let's talk about that for a second. Marcia, you had a show the other day on your radio, on Blog Radio, Blog Talk Radio, about Black Friday and the whole spirit behind. Well, is that really what the holidays are really about? Enticing people to spend money, spending money they don't have, Oh, and by the way, on my wish list, my Christmas list, I want a 42-inch LED.
Don't we all?
I just want to let you know. So
I think I'll get it for you online, because if I go into the store, I might get killed trying to buy it for you.
Yeah.
And so that's really what kind of motivated me to try to address that issue. And I think right now we need to talk about holiday commercialism, because really the spirit of the season is getting lost in all this rush to buy and acquire material goods. We're actually now spending holiday time that's supposed to be spent with family and friends standing in line at the department store waiting for it to open. And so in response, they're even opening the stores now on Thanksgiving Day, which is, I think, actually worse.
Well, not only opening the stores Thanksgiving Day, they're opening it at midnight, okay? So the whole theme was based around, all right, hurry up, eat your turkey. Guys, you can get a bigger screen TV this year. Just hurry up and watch the games, go to sleep. And then at midnight, at 1 a.m., you can come to Best Buy or Walmart, and that big screen TV is going to be waiting for you.
And the thing is that people wait. I mean, if you were to finish eating Thanksgiving dinner and then go to the store and they open at 12 midnight, you're not basically going to get what you came there for, because it's going to be a line out the door. People start waiting hours ahead. I saw, I think it was on Channel 12 the other day, there was a woman in Jersey, and she came out of a Staples, I believe, or a Radio Shack, and they had some type of sale there with a TV. And she came out, she's like, I got my TV. And they're like, how long have you been waiting here? And she's like, I've been waiting since 6 in the afternoon, 6 at night, from yesterday. Right. And she's like, now I'm going to go home and eat my Thanksgiving dinner, which is, refrigerated.
Okay, folks, let me just, that is what we have been driven to believe. Consumerism, capitalism, those are not holiday attributes. That's not even in the spirit of holiday giving. Actually, you're giving Walmart and Target your money. So
that's who you're giving to.
We need to, there were several points, Marcia, you addressed, and I was a part of the panel, and Mr. Don Durant was a part of that call. We talked about how the culture has changed from, and do we even remember what was given to us, or the presents that we gave in Christmases past, or how the reflection on spending time with your family on Thanksgiving. Like when did it become this like Thanksgiving is no longer about Thanksgiving anymore. It's about Black Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the whole focus. It even overshadowed football. Black Friday. Every commercial, every single
No,
commercial.
that's a crime.
Yeah. Every single
Now we
commercial.
got to do something. But, it's the holiday commercialism. And I certainly did not grow up with this. Of course, as a kid, you want to get toys for Christmas. But I think we realized what was really valuable was getting to spend time with our family and friends. And even now, the shame of it is people don't realize that, their children really will remember more the time spent with them than which toy they got on a particular Christmas. So if you're spending hours and hours online or camping out in advance, you're taking time away from your family, which is the thing that they would remember anyway.
Yes.
So so the behavior is like, to me, really contradictory. Also, the way the economy is now, for us all to be rushing out, trying to buy all this stuff that we don't have money for, and we're charging it with interest rates at like 21% and over. It's kind of, you don't get the sale. The sale price is gone because you paid all those finance charges and interest rates because you had to charge it. And so again, I think it's kind of like, that's contradictory.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing is that actually Black Friday has become a tradition,
It has.
It really has, because people, they get ready. It's like, people getting ready to play football.
Right,
They're like,
right.
Gearing up for Black
you ready
Friday.
for tomorrow?
Right.
Black Friday gonna be waiting out there at
Right.
7 in the morning, 7 at night, all the way to the morning. And I worked at Toys R Us last year, and I was mad because I had to work on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I had to,
It's time and a half.
they didn't even give us time and a half.
Now, see, America, this is not... Okay, I'm sorry. I'll save that for next year.
But, we went there. They scheduled us according to when you wanted to go in. So some people volunteered to go in at 9 at night on Thanksgiving and, get the store ready and everything, and then they would get out earlier. Some people went in at 11, 12, 1, and like when the time you came in reflected the time you came out. So I decided to go in at 11. So, I ate, I didn't really get time to celebrate Thanksgiving.
Right.
And I went and worked. They had me waiting outside, and there was a line of people wrapped around to other stores. It was ridiculous.
We live in a society, unfortunately, that places capitalism above everything else. We are subliminally sent messages through commercials. You see car commercials constantly, right? Then when Black Friday comes up, it's all electronics, right?
Oh yeah.
Gotta go get a TV.
Gotta get that iTouch, that iPod.
I shared with Marcia. Okay, now let me explain something. I did participate in Black Friday, however. Don't want you to think.
Don't let them get away with nothing.
Okay, what we strive here at Cafe Long Island, we are strongly, critical of a lot of different issues. We participate sometimes too. I mean, I do. I'm gonna be real with you guys.
We're not perfect. All right, we get it.
But you know what? I can understand though Black Friday for the people that might not celebrate Thanksgiving. First of all, people that don't celebrate that because of their culture.
Oh yeah.
Or different religions, or people that don't really make it a big thing because they don't have family, or people that are single and live by themselves that don't have family at all.
That's not who's out there though. There are entire families out there. I had a student in my journalism class actually do a commentary on her experience with her family on Thanksgiving, going to Black Friday, they had gotten into a conflict with somebody else in line. It totally overshadowed the whole spirit of the season, and that's when it was like a wake up call for her, saying, this isn't worth it. The flat screen, whatever money we were going to save isn't worth it, because what is it doing to my family? We're fighting with people, we're angry, we're not feeling thankful for anything.
Becoming animals.
We're not reflecting on our blessings or anything.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the sale.
Right. That's all people are thinking of. So my concern is that people are forgetting, you know, what this season is supposed to be about. And it doesn't matter what religion you, you know, celebrate. The idea, right, is that we cherish our family and friends. It's a season of giving, but we're not trying to give something in order to gain something. And I think a lot of that constant holiday shopping and buying things that you can't afford is to gain, right, maybe a certain amount of attention or respect for somebody else. I think also, Keith, somebody who was listening to the radio show was suggesting that people have low self-esteem, so that buying all this stuff is kind of like boosting their ego, you know?
Or keeping up with the Joneses, as they used to say.
Right.
And the thing is that one of the things, become an educated shopper. I mentioned on the show that I came across this site because I did want a 42-inch TV, by the way, and I was, I'm saying to myself, well, do I really have the money to buy this TV? Do I really need the TV? I mean, is it something that's I've done without it so far? I want the TV. I desire the TV. I don't need the TV.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but what I did was I found out about this website, decide.com, and it talks about when you should actually buy an electronic device, whether it be TV or what have you. Sometimes are better than others to buy. Sometimes it's better, what it informed me was corporations companies look to, like Samsung, Sony, they look to sell things, or they want to be in the black in the fiscal quarter. So they put on these certain sales, some of the manufacturer sales sometimes, right in the middle of, like, say, the summer. Or it could be in the spring. But sometimes those are the times that if you really want to purchase something and you have the money to purchase it.
Exactly. That's the best time to buy.
But it helps you at least be informed, is what I'm saying. Like, be informed about what you're buying and when would be a good time to buy it, and if you really need to spend the money,
And rolling off that, they do have, I don't know if you guys know, it's a pretty big thing now. I know all my friends know about it, my mom knows about it. There's like a Cyber Monday or something like that.
Yeah, Cyber Monday.
And
Cyber Monday.
That is a lot easier than, going crazy and turning into an animal, looking for a TV. Right. And you can get it right there online, I think that might be a better solution. Yeah. Make that more of the thing, more of the case.
I know what I remember about the holidays really is a chance to spend holiday quality time with my kids and my friends. That's what I remember about it. And quite frankly, getting so many gifts year after year, I don't always remember exactly what I got from year to year. But I do remember if somebody dropped by the house. I do remember the food. And don't forget the meal. Watching movies, playing board games. That's the kind of stuff I remember and cherish.
Spiking the eggnog.
Right, and that stuff is free. That stuff is free. That stuff is free, and I think if people could just return to some of those values, that they would find that, they're happier, actually. They're much happier. So that's my big concern. And on top of it, and I want to ask you guys about this, because this is a recent phenomenon of people getting killed during shopping trips.
Yeah.
It just makes it seems like it brings out the worst.
It makes it that's to the extreme.
Yeah.
And I can see how that happened working on Black Friday. I can see how that can happen.
If you were lucky to get out alive.
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, how did that happen?" It can happen if you ever been there.
But tempers flare to the point where you would want to harm another human being because they beat you.
Well,
to the 40
most of the deaths I think are most of the deaths I believe are through like being trampled on, right? Like a stampede. It's not purposely
rushing in,
but people are just once those doors open, gone.
Well, there was a lady I heard on the news that she pepper sprayed some. Pepper spray is like the new duct tape, by the way, folks. So pepper spray has like elevated itself into duct tape status. So I'm going out and getting some pepper spray as well, just to combat the situation. Just so you know, but yeah, this lady pepper sprayed someone because she was about to beat her to a toy.
People have gotten
that's
punched.
Not right.
People have gotten punched in the face, knocked out for TVs or iPods or whatever. I mean,
I don't need it that bad.
See, the thing is, what I think about is, who do you blame? Can you blame the businesses, or do you blame the people? It's sort of like if someone says, "Oh, I'm unhealthy, I gained weight," but you go to McDonald's every day. You can stop that. You don't have to go to McDonald's. You can eat something healthier. They know, people know, customers know that you're going to be waiting out there for hours, that it's going to be hectic, that people are going to get aggressive. This is nothing new. We see this every year, and it's only getting worse. So if they're choosing to partake in this, who's really to blame? Is it the people taking part in it?
I don't know. I kind of fault retailers a little bit for this, folks, because they know psychology. That's what the business schools all throughout the country, that's what they're studying. How do we get these people in the store, even on Thanksgiving, even on Christmas? Yeah. And so they're using that psychology, their knowledge of psychology against us. They know we have a herd mentality. And so that when we see everybody rushing to the store, we're just saying, oh, I'm going to rush to the store. But if you question folks, sometimes they don't really even have something they absolutely have to buy.
Right.
They just want to be a part of the whole experience. So, I'm kind of, you have a choice, but I also understand how we're getting influenced in a really negative way to engage in behaviors that aren't really good for us, and not good for our families either.
Well, advertising is a science.
Right.
It's a science. Okay. It's a science. It's the manipulation of our senses. I mean, there are people who build algorithms based on advertising. They have these focus groups that they bring in and see how they could tweak the advertisement to appeal to the sensory side of their brains. Man, this is like some real serious type hypnotizing stuff going on.
Yeah, there was mentioning that there was something I saw and when I first entered college, there was this like documentary called The Corporation, and it just shows how corporate America, all the businesses, they run this country.
They do.
And we don't even notice how we get brainwashed on a daily basis. But I mean, the thing is that we know this.
Not a lot of people do. That's the thing.
Well, that's true. Not everybody does. We need to spread the word.